Thanks for joining the Let It Fly Disc Golf, and in today's video we are going to continue the small bag series. I have Salvador. We're going to play a 9-hole course round here at Cobb in Abilene, Texas. Stay tuned.
See how it goes.
Into the sky, let it glow into the night, let it take flight, just slip away, it'll let you find your way.
Or hole 9.
Hole 9, hole 1, 9 holes.
I'm already at the end. Hole 1, I don't really know. It's not really a far shot. You have a couple of shots that you can choose right up the middle and to the right of the big tree.
So what we're trying to do is we're trying to assess the shot and figuring out which disc accompanies that shot. I like to throw on hyzer a lot, and a lot of people do because it's more consistent for them. So I probably will steer away from the straight down the middle shot. If I'm throwing really well, I'll go for it. But I have 2 overstable discs, one's slower and one's faster. I'm going to try to go around the tree, and we're going to see how it works out in this kind of left to right tail. Okay, I'm going to start with the putter approach overstable shot.
Looks good.
Not bad. Didn't fight all the way back like I wanted it to, but it's okay.
So I'm going to take Sal's thought process. I have my getaway that is pretty stable, but I'm going to go with the method, try to hug the tree.
So you're not going to go straight down the middle?
I'm not going to go straight down the middle,
Okay.
but I am going to go hyzer
Okay.
and hopefully let the wind carry it there. A little short.
Little short. That's okay. What this is also telling us, by the way, is how your disc is reacting in the wind. A lot of people will take a disc and they'll throw it into a headwind and think that it flipped and this disc is flippy, but you were throwing in 20-mile-per-hour headwind. So if I throw some grass up, it's not technically fully tailwind, it's left or right tail.
Right.
So now we know more of an angle and what the wind is doing to that actual disc.
Right. Yeah, because I like to think of just the disc in one situation. The disc is my tailwind disc. That's it.
Yeah.
But what does it do on
A left or right.
or slower wind or no wind or whatever? You know?
Exactly, and that's what we're going to get to know our disc very well because we only have a couple of them. That's too wide, too far left or right. But with the overstability, it
Nice.
fights back and rolls.
Yeah, good. All right, go with my getaway. Give it some height.
I like it. It's probably still a little soft, but oh no, it's actually perfect.
Hit the
If it
tree,
wouldn't
the
hit the
tree.
tree.
Yeah, I think it was getting a little.
I'm in here, but all right, we're taking in some data. We know what the wind was doing. We know what our shot was. It was on hyzer. The method, the slower driver.
It wasn't as
mid-range.
high as the getaway too, so I think I could still get there with the method, but I took that into consideration as well. I didn't play the height on that one.
Yeah, and it was a warm-up shot too. We also see the getaway that is probably 12 feet away. So, you take that into account. We like that miss better than being short on a drop-off of a putt. So, I'm thinking this might be the disc
Yeah.
every time on this hole.
Right.
So whenever you get out of the truck and you know if it's windy or not windy, you know what this is going to do. You see where it came to. And you record all this and you go, okay, I've thrown this shot before. Let's put it in the bag.
Yeah, and not only that, it's already stable. It's already an overstable driver for me. I think the stamp makes it really, really stable, or really overstable instead of going straight. With the tailwind, it's going to make it even more dumpier, okay, more overstable. So if I pulled out an understable disc, which is kind of the thing in a tailwind, but it's like, what's the shot you're looking for?
Exactly.
Because a tailwind understable, it might have flipped up and just cruised past the ravine. And that's not what I was trying to go for. I wasn't trying to go for crazy distance. It was more of the flight that I'm looking for.
Yep. Me,
Sal?
I'm over here. I've got probably like 18 feet away with my Pioneer. That kind of helped get back for me. My zone went too far. Probably a little too much ground play. I still like the zone in this shot. Probably just not a great reaction on the ground because I could have swore I was going to be right there
Cool.
close up because it's going to be less movement. So
let's putt with the pixels and see what we get.
we have our shots. Tony's closer than I am. What I like to do every now and then if I have the time, and you could try this yourself, is I walk from the basket, taking deliberate steps. This is probably about three or so steps here. So I know I'm about 9 to 10 feet away. And I take that, also that other data collection that I have from my home, where I putt in my backyard, and I've been stepping off in there. And so now I know how far I am generally. So I know how much energy I need to put into the putt. And I walk off mine.
This is cool to be able to do, like when you're in a tournament or whatever, so it doesn't look so obvious. Know where your disc lands, come from the other side really quickly, and then start walking off before everybody sets up. Lets you kind of gauge how far you are.
I'm about 18 to 19 feet away. Texas flip with the new putter. Taking into the wind, headwind. Probably a little bit of hyzer. It's not very far. First putt of the day.
Yeah, really, really glidey.
Very glidey.
Definitely something that Sal's gonna have to work on. About three steps. This is the reason why you don't say how far it is in the video.
Oh.
It was dropping.
All right, I'm gonna step off my other one again. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're about 12 to 13 feet away.
It's gonna be a hard month.
Yes. Putting in the wind is such a thing too. Like with the new disc.
We'll show you better putts coming up.
We'll get better. We'll figure it out.
You'd probably throw something like stable on this, right? Nothing flippy.
Actually, I would. So this is the other thing we're taking into account here. This is the left to right wind. I like to carry an semi-straight to understable disc up in the wind and not throw it real hard and let the wind kind of do its thing. This is a Shrike. It's really understable, but it'll do some things.
With my bolt, it's a little bit more stable, but we have OB on the left, and so you kind of want to punch the gap if you're not going over the top and then let it finish.
So that's not bad.
Not
I
bad.
mean, perfect.
I mean, if I went understable, it would have flipped, the wind would have pushed it down and probably took it over to the right.
But is that your shot every time?
For the most part, on this hole, my
Probably.
bolt is usually, because it's usually a right to left.
So then you can go ahead and bag that.
Right.
This is a new disc. This is the inertia. We'll see what it does. I'm not exactly sure. I think because it's still new, it'll have some stability. I'm going to put it on hyzer and kind of go probably over the trees maybe, hopefully. And this is generally my shot shape. So a disc that will do something like this, hopefully. Not wide enough, and that wind's going to take it.
And that's OB.
I love it.
It was a nice fly.
It was beautiful.
Just need to
but,
put it out a little bit further.
I'm going to try another one real
All
quick. So that's why we took that data in. We saw that the right to left was really pushing it. That had some stability still. I'm going to try my understable Shrike and not throw it real hard. This might go bad too.
Get down. Get down. Pretty good.
Putting?
Putting. Nice. It flipped up, whereas the other one just kind of stayed on that hyzer.
Yeah, so
this one flipped up and pushed.
That's what I
forward.
like about the right to left understable shot, is that I still put it on hyzer. It's going to flip up as long as I don't throw it too hard to have it flip all the way over. I got it on hyzer. I'm getting that forward push because it wants to flip over, but I'm riding the wind right to left.
Which I think that's like something important to know, is that you didn't throw it that hard.
No.
Because somebody that would throw full power every time, flip it over and go, this is too flippy, I'm going to take it out of my bag.
Well, that's something that you need to consider in your small bag. Do you like to throw things really hard? And I don't. So if you do, then maybe you might want some more overstable disc to compensate for that off-axis torque that sometimes you have, or the distance to bring the distance down. So you throw a lot more overstable mids to bring your distance down and throw harder.
You're good.
Are you good? Is this where your pixel shines, or what? This kind of circle 3 putt?
Was tailwind, so you can give it a go to the point where if it was in headwind, it would lift it up, but this way you can kind of give it, and not even a jump.
Park?
Spark.
Not bad.
Normally my getaway, I have to kind of jump putt it there.
You mean your
Gateway.
Wizard?
Wizard, dang it.
All right, so can you see that? This is a disc that I've been throwing forever. I know how it flies. That was my second one. This is a new disc that I threw that went way OB, and some guy picked it up and put it over here. I was looking for it for 30 minutes over there. I'm gonna go ahead and putt from the OB, but this just goes to show throwing what you know and throwing what you don't know, and the results you get.
Okay. We had to review the video because we were like, where did this disc go? And you could see him in the video pick it up, which, whoever you are, thank you, Mr. Man.
All right, I'm gonna throw what I don't know again.
You're clear to putt.
All right, I'm gonna put a little bit of tiny flat to Annie.
Oh,
Really floaty.
right?
Really floaty.
Like not that much power.
Not that much power.
Which, I mean, of course, like Sal's talking about, you know what you throw. Sal throws the Wizard. He's always been throwing the Wizard. Something like that you would have to give it a lot more power.
It would have. I was expecting it to get down a little
Right.
bit, but it didn't. It stayed
Yeah.
in the air.
So, and like in this case, with the Pixel, choose a different target versus what you normally throw with your Wizard, because you knew it would have been dumpy.
That's true. I
Yeah,
gotta fill this putter. I gotta get a couple more practice putts in here. Come on.
I like it. It does give you a little bit of fear because of the wind, but I mean, you just got to get comfortable with it.
You gotta. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We got a pretty strong right to left wind. So I'm gonna go over the top. The fun shot is going through the gap. Maybe I'll throw two.
I've talked about this in some of my videos too, is use the tee pad to your advantage. So I'm gonna we can see the tee pad kind of give us a straight line straight down the gap. So on this tee, I've been trying to favor this because sometimes I have this tendency to pull a little bit to the right, and I think this kind of helps me get that disc down there. Yep.
Nice. Get under it. Go in the basket. Oh my gosh. That flashed it. Nice shot. Nice shot. Okay, so yeah, I like that. Will that be your shot every time?
I think so. It's been
Even
really,
no matter
since we
the
put in
wind.
the tee pads, I've just been favoring the left side of the tee, and it's really been helping.
So there are two shots here. You won't be able to see the other one on the camera. Destroyer over the top, take the whole gap out of the play, and with the right to left wind, it's going to carry all the way to the basket. I will take this as kind of a straight to stable, maybe a little bit. It's starting to get a little beat up, or I take the mids that I put in my bag. This course is pretty short. There's very few mid shots, so flippy, straight to stable.
So we have a right to left wind. What is that going to do to the flippy disc, or what it should do?
Well, I could do the same thing that I did on hole 2 with my
Yeah.
strike, where it flips up flat,
All right.
but I don't throw it too hard, and I just let the wind kind of carry it down that way.
Does the wind help it flip up to flat because of the fact that we have a right
Well,
to left?
with the right to left, no.
Okay.
We want to we got to get that there with our arm speed.
Okay.
As long as we don't throw it too hard, because it might hurt it actually. So
Right.
there's more variable in
A flippy
this,
Right.
and because of that, I think I will go with the more stable to overstable driver. Kind of get it flat. I want to be on the right side of that tree.
Yeah.
It's a little tighter gap, but
It is.
with this right to left wind,
It should help it come back.
it should help it come back. Oh,
Oh. You got sneaky though.
good miss.
Good.
Good miss.
It's down there.
I'm still okay with it though.
All right.
Nice.
With these short putts, I found out that it's like, as far as like coming down and up, to just spin it, kind of like a Simon.
Well, Simon is a spin putter,
A
so you
Simon
would think
putt.
you need to channel more of a spin putt with this thing.
Right. It
Did you see how terrible that putt was for me?
went in.
It's my. I mean, I didn't warm up my putt. I got
It's that.
2 to 3 days. I got excuses.
You're not a YouTube
I'm a
disc
disc- I'm a
golfer
disc
unless
golfer.
you're making up.
Yeah. I need that. All right. So I've already thrown this once. I'm gonna see what it does. I feel like it's gonna flip up to flat and kind of hold straight for a little bit and then dump. The basket's way down there. There's 2 double mandos, a tree and a pole, and we're trying to not land in the street over there. And we're trying to get through these trees. Some would say it's a bit of a poke and hope. It's pretty close to it, but it's a tough shot. You can also take an overstable forehand. Neither one of us forehand like that, so we won't do that.
All right, so I'm gonna go with the Grace. We got a bit of a headwind. It's kind of like swirling,
Head right to left.
but I'm not gonna throw it too crazy hard. Let's try to focus on keeping the height down.
There's a little bit of a flip to it. And
Yeah.
hit the tree.
Good kick.
Yeah, I'm kind of expecting to do the same thing. Through that little tiny gap over there. It's a tough gap. Oh, man, I'm throwing them all high today. It did flip to flat, though. Did you
It
see that?
did, yeah.
That's okay.
That's a good
All right,
spot.
Tony's back here. Got a tunnel straight to it, though we have that right to left that wants to push you out into the street. This is where you want to choose your mid-range. This is why I'm a real firm believer in just the one mid-range and getting to know what that thing does in this wind. What kind of angle you need to get to this, what, 100 and...
It's not that
50?
far, and it's like this is
120,
probably like I'm a
130.
decent putter. I'm good off the tee, but this is like my nemesis right here. Is just knowing what to throw and how to throw it. So I might try. This is a little bit like if I throw it flat, it's gonna try to finish off.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put a little ante on it and try to keep it out. Sometimes I'll put it on ante and just cut straight
All right,
across.
and this is, let's take a time out real quick. You're about to throw this shot. I want you to, you as the viewer, take this shot and take in all the variables. What was the wind? How hard did I throw it? And what's my angle? Because a lot of times you'll just get that shot and throw it and then just chalk it up as a bad shot. The shot is you learning what it does. So you're learning that. So it's not a bad shot. It's just another chance of you learning something new. Perfect. There you
yeah,
go.
I thought it was bad. Throw a good shot.
Overstable zone, right to left wind. I'm taking into account that it's going to just kind of put the hyzer there and get it to come back. Perfect.
Cool.
This is going to be my first putt that I make with the Pixel, so
Maybe.
let's get it on
I
camera.
was telling Sal that this is, even though I synthesize my bag, this is technically my bag. Because I'll go through a whole round and just know that I've touched almost every bolt, every sapphire, and the other ones are just there.
To hold the bag up.
Nice.
Hey!
What do you think about the Pixel?
Dude, it goes in every time.